Most YouTube projects move fast, chase results, and move on. This one did the opposite. It slowed everything down, focusing on details most people overlook, and asked a simple question. Can something completely broken be brought back the right way, not the easy way? That idea shaped the journey behind Sampson Boat Company. At the center is Leo Goulden, whose path didn't begin online. Before YouTube, he spent years working in boatyards, learning traditional wooden boat building through hands-on experience. Growing up in the UK, sailing was already part of his life, but what set him apart was his commitment to older methods, working with timber, precision, and craftsmanship instead of modern shortcuts. That background didn't make him widely known, but it gave him the foundation to take on something far bigger. That something appeared in the form of tally-ho. When Leo found it in Washington state, it barely resembled the yacht it once was. Designed by Albert Strange in 1910, the boat had once been a serious racing competitor. Its defining moment came in 1927, when it won the Fastnet race, a victory that secured its place among the great yachts of its time. But decades later, that legacy had nearly vanished. The structure was failing, the wood was rotten, and much of it seemed beyond saving. What makes this story different is that Leo didn't treat tally-ho as a simple restoration. It became a full rebuild. In 2017, he bought what remained and began documenting the process, choosing to rebuild it properly from the ground up rather than patching it. The boat was stripped to its core and rebuilt from the keel upward, with new timber, reshaped frames, and a completely reconstructed hull. It was slow, demanding work, but that careful, methodical approach became the identity of the channel. What also set the project apart was how it was shared. Leo didn't just show progress, he explained it. Viewers could follow the reasoning behind each step, learning how wooden boats are built and why every decision matters. Over time, the channel became both a story and a learning experience. As the rebuild expanded, so did the operation. A workshop in Washington became the base, a small team formed, and volunteers joined at different stages. It showed that a project like this depends not just on skill, but also on time, resources, and support. Much of that support came from the audience. Through Patreon donations and merchandise, viewers helped fund the rebuild. What started as one person's vision became a shared journey, with thousands following as the yacht slowly came back to life. After years of work, the turning point came in 2024 when Tally-Ho was finally launched. What had once been a collapsing hull was now a fully rebuilt sailing yacht, back where it belonged. For longtime viewers, it wasn't just a milestone, it was proof that the process worked. But the launch wasn't the finish line. The real goal has always been to return Tally-Ho to its greatest stage. Leo's plan is to sail it across the world and compete in the Fastnet race exactly 100 years after its 1927 victory. That journey is already underway, with one of the key moments being its passage through the Panama Canal, a demanding route that tests both crew and vessel. Away from the project, Leo has kept most of his personal life private. He was previously in a relationship with Francesca, known as Cecca, who appeared during parts of the earlier journey. In recent years, she has not been seen, and it's generally believed they have gone their separate ways, though nothing has been publicly confirmed. Financially, the project doesn't follow a typical model. While the channel generates income, much of it is reinvested into the build and ongoing voyage. Estimates suggest the overall value tied to the project could range from hundreds of thousands to a few $1 million, though exact figures remain unclear. As of 2026, Tally-Ho is no longer in a workshop. It's back at sea, continuing its journey. And if it reaches its goal, this won't just be a story about a race. It will be proof that with enough time, skill, and patience, even the most forgotten things can be brought back to life.